Hi, Sagittarius. This eclipse felt big, huh? So, clearing some space, expansion, not just the talk of it, the act of it. So Gemini season, your opposition is time for you to declare your truth. Set your boundaries. Also, being really honest with people in your life with whom you have to set those boundaries. Set these new ways of being free to share your insights as if it's another day in the life. To feel free to act and move the way you'd like. When you get serious about stating your needs and your boundaries, because you have such a playful energy and because you are easy to, play and be carefree for the most part, especially with the people that don't know you that well, they may just think that they can get away with getting around those things because your carefree ability, your ability to be carefree, Mercury's already messing with me, your ability to be carefree can come off as immature. And that's not true. That's just you. So for those people, you might need to reinstate these a couple times with just being really clear. Just understand that asking for what you want and getting it is possible. You could still get with what you want if you don't care about what falls away after you do this, because this is like a risk for you. To say like, okay, I know I can be this carefree person, and I can easily allow myself to expend energy, and then I don't realize that time I didn't actually want to give, and then resentment happens. So it's really important for you to just stick to this. Stick to what you're feeling so that, and say it out loud in a way that's productive so that it stays and it works. Hold on one second. This one dropped. Because even though you have this flexible nature, being mutable fire, you also are finding in this time what stability means to you. And also what it means to you to be not only the one breaking the rules, but deciding what they are now. Because by breaking certain rules and certain expectations of other people, essentially you are creating new rules, right? Creating new lines and finding ease in that. Because when you're able to come from this place, then you feel more stable regardless of how much you're doing, how much you want to do, how much you even expect of yourself, because that could change too. There may be a Virgo you especially have to talk to and have a conversation with. And it seems as though that they might be understanding, and even might shed some light on your situation, on a situation that you're having. And when you do this, the strength that you feel from knowing that you now, because knowing that what you now need is out there, and what now that you want, and the risk that you take or have taken by doing all of that, is giving you this opportunity to then understand that it's always a mutual decision between whoever's involved, or if this is you leaving a job to do something on your own, even if it's something that you are learning yourself. Regardless of what appears to have been lost, you're gaining this amazing sense of security. Sorry about that, I just wanted to wait. There's a little background noise. So the sense of security that you're gaining is essentially taking Gemini season and its raw nature to be so vulnerable and so themselves, and you're being so yourself in a way that is going to help you continue to do this along the way. And it seems like you'll have support. Especially, like, you'll notice a difference in your body. And you'll notice that this cycle has gone on for a while, and you're now coming to, like, the crux of it. The Eight of Cups to the Eight of Pentacles. There could be this way of working on yourself, this way of understanding what you need, quickly shifts things for you. Jupiter's also in Pisces as well, and this shift is happening very quickly, especially in terms of monetary gain, in terms of physical nature. So, and like lots of prosperity, and also marriage, Taurus or Capricorn here, and this very equal feeling. It's very important as all this comes to you and all this flows directly your way as you state what you need and truly ask for, getting very detailed almost about your desires. It seems very broad, but it's very detailed for you. And knowing, because now that you know better, bottom of the deck, you know how to do it, so you're gonna do it, because the time is right to do it. And you're supported by the heavens, you're supported by the earth, physical nature. Now it's time to support your true instincts. And this eclipse shifted everything for you, because you realized that the biggest thing for you was just valuing this sense of freedom that you need in this particular situation. And it's incredibly breathtaking when you can't do that. So, and I don't mean it in like a way that's like, oh my God, that person's breathtaking. It's like breathtaking as it's taking up your space. And we talked about like breaking free. So now you're the wild horse that can also feed on your own. And like go out there and do your thing, because you have so much energy and so much power. So when you make decisions that align with these internal true instincts, you get more energy, because there's so much stress that goes along with, there's a lot of stress regardless, but there's a lot more stress that goes along with playing someone else's way when you're meant to play your own. And that's something that's going to continuously come up throughout the next few years, or be a part of the greater decision making, and also affirming how much you bring to the table, especially if it's a business situation, and being really clear about like, hey, like I'm noticing how much I bring to the table, and I just want to know how to make this more worth my time. If it's partnership, then especially with a Taurus or a Capricorn, things are great. But also be honest with them about what you want and what you need. Be clear about what freedom is to you. Freedom can mean different to different people. So for you, what is it? And be disciplined about it. Sometimes discipline brings freedom. So, if there's an Aries in your life, they seem to understand. The Virgo may not take you serious. It's not up to you to make someone understand or take you serious. It's not up to you to prove to anyone that they need to take you serious, because you're not always a serious person. It's up to you to commit to what you're saying to them, regardless of what they think or what they assume of you or assume it to be. And with some rest, especially from the mental, you'll realize that this is adding to your mental space, because it was taking up so much, because you hadn't yet spoken or claimed that this is what you want and need. And again, that full-on security comes through and makes it really simple and easy to move on, because it then gives you a sense of ease in your body, where you feel more rested because you're gaining more energy, because you are honoring what you need and honoring that Ace of Cups. When you come to this place of like, oh my God, there's so much coming my way, I'm just flowing, the flow is happening, then you come to this place where you knew that this would be perfect timing. That your skills of understanding that for yourself is up to no one else. And you're succeeding at it. You are. You're succeeding. Success is yours. The only thing I will say is, again, and I feel like whoever is also committing to you or maybe wanting to marry you, they understand this about you completely. They're not looking to restrain you or hold you back. If it's a Capricorn, I would just be extremely clear with what that is. But I think this is more about you getting a clear view of like where your ego is as well, and realizing what that really looks like to you. So there's a lot of different cards, and we'll take a look at the extended. Your eclipse made, the Sagittarius eclipse was exhausting for some, but for you it is not. You might feel tired of having to have thought or hold on to thought for a while, but now you see that it's not, it's time to be free. Time to be free. Yeah, I'm still curious about this Aries. Also, an Aries comes to you, another thing just came to me. It just went by so quick. If an Aries comes to you, and if they want something from you, wait. Wait to understand what they really want from you. They may just be looking for advice. And if there's a Taurus woman in your life, then they know that you're wanting to move on now, and it appears that they are finally allowing, that person is finally allowing space for that to happen and accepting what you need, no matter what that looks like. And they may come back, but this feels more like a friendship. So, very clear, like you, very blunt, like you. And through Mercury retrograde, you'll have more understanding too. Very much more. So we'll get right into the extended where I clarify all these different people that are coming up, showing up too, all the different major arcanas. And I will also link my website below to work with me one-on-one, and my Instagram. All right, Sag, I love you. Sagittarius. First of all, sorry for the video being so choppy. And I'm sure it makes sense. It's kind of like maybe I should call this 3 takes. There's going to be different moments, particularly 2 different moments throughout the course of this month where you have to reassure what you've instated. And it's actually a lot more easy than I'm saying it. It's not so like reinstated. It's more, though these cards very much clearly show that it's how you show up and how you maneuver in the situation. And you're already, for the most part, you have very good skills at that. But this time it's going to require you to be really upfront about what you need and ultimately what you're wanting for your future in any field, if you're with a partner or if this isn't work. And to be really honest and open about it, about the parts that you want to share. Again, you don't have to share everything, and this month I advise you not to share everything, but to share your ultimate goals and desires. There's also could be an Aries in your life that you've gained a lot of who has shed a lot of light for you. They may appear mature, but they're not as mature as you thought them to be. They have a lot to share with you, and you also get a chance to see this part of yourself in them where you can also easily maneuver between being like a boss and being like your blunt self, but also being like the fool and having a lot of fun. It's been a little confusing for a while, which actually hasn't been that long, but it has been for long enough for you. And mainly because you've needed rest, a lot of rest. So every sign has needed some kind of rest because we all have been through trauma, and I need to acknowledge that. And we've all been through an excess amount of it the past year. And so bodies need to rest if you can. And again, rest, it's just needing like even like 5 minutes of deep rest. Like, so if you can give yourself that, your mind will be more at ease, especially with what has happened in the past. The situation with the Aries, I think for the most part, Mercury retrograde will not bring up too many people from your past, but thoughts from your past. And this Aries might be very helpful to talk to about it. And rest assured that by the middle of the month, towards the end of the eclipse season, you'll be very, very sure about where you're going. And that feels good because you know it's about what you need to do for yourself. And if this is about marriage, partnership, it's working out in your favor. And if not, you're going to meet someone by the end of the month who really acknowledges you, sees you for who you are, and wants to give you everything that you're asking for and more, a lot more. Just, if it is a Capricorn, just make sure you're really clear about the freedom that you need. They like freedom too, it's just different. If it's with a Taurus, they are very, very sure about you. There's a few moments, again, where you need to come back to this middle here. This is a very beautiful reading. It's actually really easy too. There's not much else to say. Just know that it's coming in really quickly with the eclipse of just like, don't need that anymore, gotta go. Which causes you to feel youthful in a way where it's like, is this? It's like, should I? No, you know. You understand the wisdom of that. And it's a very fertile time too. And just be aware of that as well. There may be also something really about you being the motherly figure that you need to let go emotionally about something that is taken away, and it will also help you make your decisions, this decision particularly. And that's very specific, but so we'll get right into the extended reading and clarify all of, especially the major arcanas coming up. Oh, again, if there's a Virgo, listen to the Virgo. That's it, just listen, notice, and then decide. We'll get right into the extended, which will be on Patreon, where I clarify all of this. It's like 15 to 20 minute reading. And then also my website is below to book a session one-on-one, and my Instagram. I love you, Sag. See you next month.